Meanwhile, during a visit to the Baptist High School Boya Presbyterian Comprehensive Secondary School Boya, the Bishop's Rogan College, the Governor Bernard Okalabilai also expressed surprise at the low turnout. It is no shock, it is no news. I mean, parents are wise enough, first of all, to consider the safety of their children, and secondly, to be part of those who would not join those who perpetrate a sense of normalcy in the total chaos going on in Ambazonia. Well, coming to you, Commander Elvis, we have this report on the Ambazonian State Army on military alert. We have this report that talks about the bold display of the Ambazonian State Army, seen Commander Onlibro, who proudly showcased his forces in full gear, demonstrating the capacity and resolve of the Ambazonian people. The event was a testament to the pride and determination of the Ambazonian fighters who are fighting for their rights and for their freedom. We'll take a look at this video of General Onlibro and the Ambazonian State Army. Let's quickly get this video and then we'll get back to you after we get this video.
Ambazonian State Army, oye! Oye! 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 Today na 10 September 2024. Now we will start for road here. Now the naked wire of pharmacy. The naked wire of pharmacy. Now the day for road today for proof of say. Then they. How will they want proof and of say then they? We don't hear say when they talk say go stand there. People then go the worker, people then go the motor then the strong head, motor then go the do some kind thing. Now we will do for here today. We don't need fly, we don't need motor. If you a kelebe. This group now group for second Satan. We don't talk them and it will be so. When they hear say a second Satan, they go to work and find out work and do this. Una not ever see them, and una not ever see them. And the very second Satan when we don't fix them. Ambazonian State Army, oye! Oye! Ambazonian State Army, oye! Oye! Today na 10 September 2024. Now we will start for road here. Now the naked wire of pharmacy. The naked wire of pharmacy, now then they for road today for proof of say then they. How will they want proof of say then they? We don't hear say when they talk say go stand there. People then go the worker, people then go the motor then the strong head, motor then go the do some kind thing. Now we will do for here today. We don't need fly, we don't need motor. If you a kelebe. This group now group for second Satan. We don't talk them and it will be so. When they hear say a second Satan, they go to work and find out work and do this. Una not ever see them and una not ever see them. And the very second Satan when we don't fix them. Now we discover them. And now we go book them with them. Can una send any which kind gun? Say me come for Bamisi. Now we there for Bamisi. All that school then when they for up. They wear uniform, they go. Okay. All that school then when they for up, they wear uniform, they go school. All that school then when they for inside Bamunka, inside Bamisi, inside Balang, inside Ndop as a whole. The 30 villages them. My yes say the school they go where me I never give order. Then go no say inside hand day, back hand day. From today as I talk. Then for that time, me a whole Ambazonian know say how we will do for here today. How we will serve for Ambazonian land. Then they talk say we will not be Ambazonian State Army. We be start within the Ambazonian State Army. We can't die where we be in the Ambazonian State Army. What power be born we in the same way for this war on Sagon? Sagon don't die, he don't go, he don't left free. We dey follow a footstep. We no go ever change no way if she don't talk say na Ambazonian State Army. Person wey like we say we be Ambazonian State Army, he go call am. Person wey not like am, no call we Ambazonian State Army. We go die for Ambazonian State Army. We go die for Baksako. We go die for back the group. Now why we come for here today for make am me all man. Till where we make am. Till where road no start for pass. I hear say motor don't pass for road na die man. I hear say civilian worker for road na die man. I hear say only goat pass for road na die goat. Life. We dey for Bamisi. Re-road. Motor comot town first enter na for Bamisi. Now we start and now we go end am. I say una name na who? Naked wire. Una name na who? Naked wire. Ambazonian State. Ambazonian State. Ambazonian State. And we go there for Ambazonian State. Person wey want crazy Chris. Person wey want crazy Chris. Person wey see the group so. If the neck the worry he. Person wey see the group, neck the worry he. Me go hang. Me go die. Person wey see the group talk say, them go send and then kill am all. Now we head. Now look up. Now the selected one. Now the selected one. They go. Now the selected one than this. The rest day for us. They look how way back there. This one are the selected one. Yes. Inside the three stone the way they be start the Bamisi. Now the only bro remain and the only bro go boya. Nice. The only bro go boya will heal this group. Life. If motor like him, me pass see how it in the go day. If civilian like am, me pass see how it in the go day. We go die for Ambazonian State Army. We go die for the group. The one the way that they talk say, me and Ayabacho, this one I know they talk now. Una give me the number. Now una understand me. I talk with them. I never buy me. A whole 1 year today, I don't get no man me support me. No man no day. No man no day for dreadland, but I no go ever change my name. My name na Ambazonian State Army, the naked wire of Bamisi. Life. The other man where discuss.
So Major Only Bro used the opportunity to highlight the strength and military capabilities of the Ambazonian Forces, showcasing their ability to defend their people and territory. The display was a clear message to the world that the Ambazonian people will not be intimidated deterred from their struggle for independence. The Ambazonian Forces, as you saw, dressed in full attire, marched and maneuvered with precision and discipline, demonstrating their training and readiness for battle. The display was a stark contrast to the chaos and instability that has plagued the region for years, showing the possible future of the Ambazonian State Army once Ambazonia reclaims her independence and the nation is even more stabilized. Well, over to you now, Commander Elvis. Like we heard from General Only Bro in that video where he did not just, energize his team of fighters. He also used the opportunity to clarify the air about being in talks with Chris Anu or Cho Ayaba. He also took his time to do that briefly while he was gearing the men up for the coming days ahead. There is a lot to say about the Ambazonian State Army. There has been challenges. How do you manage to handle that as a commander?
Thank you very much, Star, for that question. I do hope you can all hear me clearly now.
Yeah, we can.
Awesome. First, I I want to start by thanking the senior barrister for clearly articulating the reasons for the lockdown and how the whole etymology of the lockdown, and actually explaining the government perspective. The implementation on the other side is what I'm more or less more interested in. The government has put out a policy there. But as you can see, the Ambazonian State Army implements it in different ways. We do have a strategy directive, and we have to suit those tactics on the field to match the strategy that has been put forward. It is a clear understanding that the sanctity of life is paramount to us and our people. The military, because they have been based in the installations in school buildings. Any school building is a potential target. The reason for which the Ambazonian State Army has ordered for lockdown and has ordered parents to keep their kids at home so they are safe at home. They cannot guarantee their safety, given that they could be, caught in crossfire. Also, it's a laughing matter to see that a lot of Republic buffoons are coming out pushing for school resumptions, while at the same time they have our parents languishing in jails. They've killed most of our men. We have our Amazonian State Army, majority of which are men in the first place, defending the land, and yet they're asking the parents who are in jail or those that have been killed asking their kids to go to school. If you don't care about the parents, how much do you care about these kids in the first place? Again, these guys are responsible, or the Ambazonian State Army, and just to be precise, that was Major General the Only Brother from Gakutunja County. Given his role and his authority as a Major General, he does not only speak for himself, he speaks for other senior commanders who fall under his chain of command. He has clearly articulated his stance, just like we see in the great state of Gakutunja and other counties where they follow a chain of command. These fighters, they fight under the county, under the structures of the county. Each county has their own local government area, and these commanders are responsible for making sure that there is security in those areas under the jurisdiction. These commanders also report through the chain of command to the hierarchy, and that is how these decisions are implemented. So the lockdown decision, of course, we know that not all the counties or the local government areas have respected it, but our Amazonian State Army have taken clear notice of those violators, and they're made the message very clear that they would not be able to defend them in any way, shape, or form. So if you value education over the sanctity of life, then go ahead and send your kid to school. You'll be the one crying afterwards. But Amazonia as a whole, we would not like to lost any of our people. We want our people to be safe because we need them for tomorrow. We need them to build this wonderful nation. We want to build it together. So we're advising our parents to do the right thing and keep their kids at home. Again, Major General Onlebro, as you see, is one of our great Ambazonian State Army, and he has clearly articulated his line of command, where he started under FM Sagan, may his soul rest in peace. It's understanding that there were some internal squabbles, like every family. There's always going to be misunderstandings. But at the end of the day, as a parent, if you're beating a child because he has done something, you don't beat him and send him out of the house. You beat him and then or her and bring him into the house. We are pleased, and I believe most Amazonians, to see that the advice and the education that we're giving some of these Ambazonians to the army is getting into their brain, and they're starting to understand the structures for which they are fighting to defend. We understand that some people would still not be happy with these outings from Major General the Only Bro. But I can guarantee them that there's always gonna be, there's. Let me put it this way: we're gonna get to that part after we've caught the elephant that we're fighting to get. So for now, we need all our forces focused. We need to bring them together, regardless of our differences. Let them chase the big elephant. Once we catch that elephant, we're gonna sit as a family and we're gonna sort out who went wrong where and find out the appropriate punishments when the time comes. For now, I want to commend the Only Bro for coming out very powerfully and making that clear statement to the world, to Ambazonians, and to the doubters that he stands strong with his county under the structures that exist, and he is not wavering. Again, calling on all the civilians to stay at home, stay safe, calling on all those who have been violating the lockdown not to plow the roads, but make sure that they respect the decisions, because they are there to implement the laws and to enforce those laws. And it would be unfortunate that one of ours would want to violate these and would end up in the grave, like they say. A dead fly that doesn't hear shh would would follow the grave, or follow the coffin into the grave. So we hope that our people would not want to be that fly that would not hear that sound. So thank you again, Astor, for that opportunity to express my defense views on that matter.
Part of the school resumptions, the military aspect to it was certainly necessary to hear. Speaking of this outing by Commander Only Bro, do you think that this display that we just saw sends a message to not just the colonial forces, but also to the entire globe? And what message do you think his outing here that we just saw sends?
Yeah, correct, and that message does send it's a very powerful message to the international community. Just like Barrister mentioned, we are in control of our territory. We might not be in control of 100%. That is not what we anticipate. But war always comes to an end when there is a stalemate. When the enemy is not able to control your territory, and you are not able to control his territory. So there is that stalemate. And that is what we're actually showing the international community, that there is no way that the enemy can take over Ambazonia. They could control some places, like they're out there counting the school resumptions in a place like Amba. But overall, they know that they do not control Ambazonia. And we are proving that to them. And the earlier the international community can step up and get that ceasefire in place, the better it is for our kids to be able to go back to school, and Ambazonia can rebuild itself. But if they just stand on the sideline and watch, we're just telling them that where the Only Bro is coming from, there are 1,000 more of his kind, and just like there are a million more to be made. Ambazonia is a land of milk and honey. And we trust in our great warriors. We thank the Only Bro again for that great outing. It was Major General the Only Bro for that great outing. That was a great show of force, which made it very clear to La Republique that we are in control of our territory and that there is no blinking. Thank you.
If Ambazonia wasn't a land of milk and honey, I don't think the battle to claim Ambazonia would be ongoing.